Hi, everyone. My name is Ciara Carl, and I am the editor-in-chief and the graduate teaching assistant of Modern Psychological Studies, often referred to as MPS. So I'm here to talk about what MPS is. So it's not only a undergraduate research journal, but it's also a course offered at UTC where you can take this to advance your stat skills, your writing skills, and take part in a unique research experience by serving as part of the editorial review board. So the course is registered under Dr. David Ross. It is registered as 3580R. And for those of you that know Dr. Ross, he teaches social psychology as well as psychology and law. So let's begin. So MPS, it's an open access, meaning that we don't charge to download the research articles that are published, nor if you are an author submitting research, that we don't charge you if we do decide to publish your article. We're a psychological journal devoted exclusively to publishing manuscripts by undergraduate students. So, in order to submit here, you have to be an undergraduate as the first author. A little background: NPS was established in 1992 by Dr. Ralph Hood. He teaches psychology of religion. And then in 1995, Dr. Ross overtook the journal. And so it wasn't until 2017 that the journal was converted online. So everything before was printed. And so in 2017, the UTC librarians, they took all the hard paper copies and scanned them through our B-Press system to make them accessible. And currently we're on volume 30, issue 1, so you can imagine how long that took to do. And in 2017 is when we truly saw the impact and outreach of the journal once it was converted. And it's fascinating to see as we are based out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. And as of right now, we are currently conducting an extensive literature review of all the undergraduate research journals specific to psychology, and only 21 have been identified. So we are one out of those 21. Again, we're open access, meaning we don't charge to publish, nor do we charge to download as other journals do. So, MPS, we publish manuscripts in any area of psychology. We do primarily focus on experimental research. However, there are also publication opportunities for theoretical papers, literature reviews or review articles, or they're sometimes referred to as well as book reviews. And we also publish in all areas, whether it's social psychology, developmental, neuroscience, cognitive, clinical, psych and law, as long as it falls into the realm of psychology. So again, not only can you publish here, but you can also contribute as a member of the editorial review board. Again, I have the number listed here. The class is 3580R, registered under Dr. David Ross. It is a student-led editorial board where there is a graduate student who serves as the editor and the TA for the course. So all articles are edited and reviewed by whoever the editorial board is, so whoever is taking the course that semester. And we really do strive to make the journal submission process a learning experience and to encourage quality, well-published research. Looking at the impact, again, we are open access. We're a free resource. We're adding to the growing literature in psychology. Undergraduate students, you get the chance to see what the peer review process looks like and to understand the publication process. You get extensive training in APA, research design, overview on stats again, and you get to serve as the editorial board. Each week, you'll read scientific articles, discuss current psychology. And I do want to note that this class serves as a 3-credit course, and you can repeat this twice. So it's offered in person in the fall and in the spring, and then it's offered online in the summer. And then again, there is a graduate TA who's going to be serving also as the editor in chief, who will, those first few weeks of class, serve as training on proper research design and APA. You won't get thrown into this course. You will be trained the first few weeks before you begin reviewing the articles and giving feedback. And ultimately, you guys make the decision. You'll vote as a group on what manuscripts get published, what we accept, what we reject, and what needs revisions. So I'll handle the graduate TA will handle the B-Press system. They're kind of the middleman, emailing back and forth with the authors and the middleman between the editorial board, you guys, and the student authors, and then registering decisions. However, this semester we actually tailored the class a little bit. And so during the fall and spring, the class is on Tuesday, Thursdays from 12:15 to 1:30. So Tuesdays serve as discussion based and where we will talk about it cohesively as a group and in small groups and make a decision on are we accepting this, rejecting this, or making them go through a round of revisions, whether it's major or minor. And then on Thursdays, we're actually letting you guys help write and draft the letters to send to the authors to get more experience on what the publication process looks like and get editor experience as well. So I do want to talk about the number of downloads that MPS has, as it is quite impressive that we are out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. To date, we have over 1 million downloads. We are also read in 223 countries, which is very impressive. I have a list right here showing the top 10 countries we are read in. So first is the United States, followed by the Philippines, the UK, India, Canada, Australia, Malaysia, Norway, Pakistan, and then Singapore. And if you do want to go to our website, it is www.scholar.utc.edu/MPS. So I have the link here. So here is the current issue from spring of 2024. We already have 5 articles published. When you serve on the review board, your name will pop up right here. And down here, we have a real-time readership map to date showing the number of downloads, the total downloads, the downloads within the past year. And if something were to get downloaded at this moment, it'll pop up right here and show us where in the world that the article was published. It'll tell us who the author was, the name of this article that was downloaded, as well as the region it's being read in. Now, if I go over here, all issues, you can click through to every issue and read the articles. If you click on it here, again, you'll download it. It'll show you number of downloads, the author, and the submission, and it's free. Now, if I go to the back end of the journal, can show you to date the downloads. So each of these represent a download. And if I scroll in, I can zoom across and see where we're being downloaded all across the world, which is very impressive. So in the US, you can click over here and zoom around, and you can keep clicking in to regions and see where we are read, which this is just very impressive to see the outreach that we've had, given that we are a student-led journal out of the University of Tennessee Chattanooga. Go over here into Europe. We're even being read on islands. So it's really impressive, and it is a unique experience to be able to take a course here where you can serve as an editorial review board and put this on your resume, which I'm going to get into in a little bit. We are read in 21,673 institutions. You see majority are education at 62%, followed by commercial at 28, and then organizations and government. And here are the top 10 institutions we are read among. And oh, well, as to date, we are now 225 countries we are read in. So we added 2 more countries. So let me zoom back out. So again, if you go to scholar.utc.edu/MPS, you can go to the journal and you can read about the journal, see the editorial review board, read our policies. Again, just going over what kind of articles are considered, rules for submission, and how to submit research. And here is where you'll go if you are interested in submitting research, and then contacting me. This is my email, or Dr. Ross. So again, the global impact in the US, these are all representing downloads, which is very impressive. Being that this class is psych as a profession, I do want to talk about how not only you can take this to receive course credit, but you can also add this class to your resume and stand out on your resume, on your LinkedIn, etc. So I have here, if you do take this course, a way that you can quantify your skills and add this to your resume to really stand out. So I have here experience. You're going to put University of Tennessee Chattanooga. You served as the editorial review board of modern psychological studies. You'll want to put in here the volume and issue that you served on. And then you can also link the volume and issue that you served on, where if you do take this course, your name will show up here, and they can look at whether it's employer, whether it's a grad school you're applying to. They can see all the articles that you reviewed and got published while you served as the editor. You will also want to put the date that you served on it. And then you want to give a little bit of background, because many people at UTC don't even know what MPS is. So you want to just give a little brief bit about it. So you say it's an open access psychological journal devoted exclusively to publishing manuscripts by undergrad students. And then you can link the homepage to MPS. And so here I just have a few bullet points that you can take word for word. You'll just want to tailor it to whatever course you took or how many manuscripts that you were reviewing. So, for example, quantifying those numbers, articles published in MPS have achieved over 1 million downloads and read in 223. As we see now, it's actually 225 countries, indicating the journal's significant reach and influence. Next, review and evaluate anywhere from 1 to 3 manuscripts per week as part of a 15-week course. Now, if you do take this course in the summer, it will be 6 weeks. So you're doing a lot more manuscript reviews in a shorter amount of time. You can also, if you want to, once the semester ends or the volume and the issue closes, you can count the number of articles that you published and include those numbers in here. You also were trained and demonstrate proficiency in APA 7th edition guidelines, peer review, and proper research design. Provide insightful suggestions and feedback for authors' work. Acquired a comprehensive understanding of what the publication process looks like, and read scientific articles, literature reviews, and theoretical articles, and also actively engage in discussions surrounding current psychology. So, how to become involved in MPS? Starters, if you are interested in taking the course, I do want to note that in the fall and spring, that it is capped at 30 students per semester. There are prerequisites needed to get into this. It's 15 hours in psychology, including SAD 2020 or department head approval, as well as proficiency in statistics and research methods is strongly suggested. We will do a little bit of this overview in the trainings during the first weeks. However, I do suggest having taken these courses because some of the experimental articles are more in depth, and it will help ultimately overall understanding and reading these articles. Now, if you aren't interested in the course, but you are interested in getting a publication, potentially, you could submit research as an undergrad. So I really do encourage getting involved in research labs and talking to faculty and advisors on how you can get involved in research, as well as how you can potentially write something up to submit and get a publication while you're in undergrad, which is really impressive when applying whether to grad schools or even to put on your resume or your LinkedIn profile. I have linked here how to submit, and I really do highly suggest reading through the author submission guidelines to avoid going through multiple rounds of revisions. Also, if you are interested, I have a few blog posts. Also, if you are interested, I have a few blog posts that I've written on Dr. Walker's page. The first is the value of getting involved in undergraduate research in psychology. I talk a little about MPS and how you can get involved down here. I also have another blog post that I wrote on publication and editorial opportunities that I talk a little bit more about MPS. So feel free to check those out as well. And my email is on the MPS homepage as well if you have any additional questions. Thank you.